G'day punters, welcome back to Bet It Out for a very special edition of the show. I'm Louis Thurman Watt, my man is Ryan Cook. As always, we turn the page to a new racing season this weekend, Ryan, but let's start down at Flemington with the Ori Star.
Yes, g'day again, Louis. Look, I'm going to stick with Marble 9 here, who brought up his hat-trick winning the Santa Ana Lane last start. I think a few people might doubt whether he's got something left in the tank, but go back and watch the replay. I think he was only hitting top gear over the final 50 metres or so, and a pretty brave finish. Likes a wet track. I love him sticking to 1,200 metres, so I think this is the right race for him still.
I found it hard to get away from the favourite, to be honest, because I think this is one of those wonderful cases of a horse going through the grades, and yes, it's short enough, but I think it might be fair. Splashback has been also on a winning streak, and I think she's going to want to get some rating points up to be featured in the spring Group 1s. Now, the Flemington trip here for sprinters can be quite testing, and I think that suits her. I think she'll have residual fitness, although having that little freshen up, so she will be able to explode. I just think she's a talent. So Splashback, for me, watching her go through the grades. Let's go across the ditch to the very wintry Winter Cup at Riccarton.
Yeah, we're talking about horses coming off a freshen up. I'm going to go with the mare here. Who knows, in a pretty open race. She only won a benchmark 78 about 5 or 6 weeks ago, but she's had a trial between starts and looks ready for this rise and trip now, or rise in class, I should say. You could probably speak more about the state of the track, but I think there's going to be some wet weather on Saturday, and I think that'll suit her as well.
Well, interestingly enough, I don't know how wet it'll be for this time of year, but this race is usually run on a very deep, wintry, heavy track. And if that was the case, I was all about Court, because she is an absolute mudlark of the truest sense. But I'm not too sure if that is the case. And if it's not, then Ballardo Boy, who's got the top weight, that just might suit him a little bit better. He's had a big day out at Riccarton previously. He loves the mile. I thought his run in the Opunake Cup was awesome. He was coming again at the line. And I just think he's got a bit of a class edge on this field. So I was with Ballardo Boy each way. What's your best bet for the whole weekend, right?
Going to stick at Flemington race 1, nice and early. Crossbow. He was super unlucky not to win last start, so I think this is D-Day for him to shed the maiden tag.
I was also race 1 at Rosehill, amusing, but there's nothing funny about this. We've got Chris Waller training a Godolphin runner. You see a bit of this, and I think they can get off the mark with this combo nice and fast. Bonus question for you, Ryan. New racing season. Give me a horse you cannot wait to see prick through the spring and beyond.
I'll give you one from left field, and that's Vinrock, who's already won a Group 1 earlier in the autumn. Still unbeaten, proven over 1,200 and 1,400 metres. He's done it in Melbourne and Sydney. He's going to be one to watch as we get towards the majors, I think.
I'll stay more mainstream, but I'm just literally so excited for 2, Aliana and Autumn Glow. Chris Waller's superstar fillies, he's going to split them up. I think Autumn Glow will be a star sprinter. I think Aliana can win a Caulfield Cup. But how they get there, it's just so exciting. This time of year is wonderful, punters. Have a great weekend. Win yourself some money, save it, and we'll unload it in the spring.